Fresh off the Thanksgiving holiday, this is CNN Student News. Welcome, I'm Carl Azus. Today's current events coverage begins with a report on the death of a controversial world leader. Fidel Castro, who ruled the Caribbean island nation of Cuba for almost 50 years, died Friday at the age of 90. His brother Raul, who took over the country in 2008, made the announcement. The leader of the Cuban Revolution in 1959, Fidel Castro Ruz, made Cuba the first communist nation in the Western Hemisphere. His admirers remembered him as a great leader. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, whose father was a friend of Castro, credited the late Cuban president with making significant improvements to the education and health care of Cuba. Castro's critics remembered him as an enemy of human rights. U.S. Representative Ileana Ros-Lehtinen, the first Cuban-American elected to Congress, fled Cuba with her family when she was 8. She said the only thing Castro was successful in doing was, quote, holding on to power, which is easy to do when you don't have elections. The divisive views of Castro and his authoritarian rule are embodied by these two very different types of gatherings that followed the news of Castro's death.
We are outside the University of Havana, where students are holding a vigil, and they are yelling, Fidel, Fidel. And these students, although they were born much after the revolution, are very passionate about Fidel Castro and his cause. This is, of course, the university where he studied before becoming revolutionary. And the students here have been telling us that they found out Friday night when Raul Castro made the announcement, the surprise announcement, that the historic leader of the revolution, Fidel Castro, had died. Many of them woke up on Saturday, and that's when they found out the news. And they've just been shocked, they said, stunned by the loss of Fidel Castro, even though he was quite ill. And a lot of people here said that even though they never met him, that they felt like he was somebody they knew that had been a presence in their lives. And that's why they've come out late on this night to light candles in front of photographs of Fidel Castro, to have speeches, to chant revolutionary slogans. And these are the kinds of scenes we expect to unfold all over Cuba as this country undergoes a 9-day period of mourning.
The party's just getting started here in Little Havana. We're on Calle Ocho outside Café Versailles. This is the epicenter of the Cuban-American exile community here in Miami, and there are literally hundreds of people celebrating the death of Fidel Castro. There's music playing, people banging pots and pans, hundreds of flags, and lots of chanting. One of the chants that we've heard over and over again is "Fidel, you tyrant, take your brother with you." It's very kind of dark to think that people are celebrating someone's death, but people that I've spoken to here say this has been something that they've been waiting for a very long time. They perceive Fidel as someone who was incredibly repressive and someone who essentially stole their homeland away. You have to remember Fidel Castro was in power in Cuba since 1959, so these are very different generations of people, young and old, that have come out to show their joy and their hope that this could mean a new chapter for the island of Cuba.
The Green Party, an American political party, has filed for a recount of U.S. presidential votes in the state of Wisconsin. Green Party nominee Jill Stein also hopes for recounts in Pennsylvania and Michigan. Though CNN has not projected an election winner in Michigan yet, projections in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania helped U.S. President-elect Donald Trump secure the electoral votes he needed to win the presidency. So why does the Green Party want recounts? Last week, computer hacking experts said it was possible that voting systems might have been tampered with in some counties. As of yet, no proof has been given, and election experts and candidate Stein say recounts are unlikely to change the outcome of the election. Still, Stein has raised several $1 million in support of the recount effort and says any additional money would be used to train Green Party candidates for local office.
That having a secure elections process benefits us all, and I invite everyone. I invite Donald Trump's campaign, Hillary's campaign. We've had calls out to Gary Johnson's campaign. This should be a nonpartisan, people-powered effort to ensure that we can rely on the integrity and the security of our votes.
The Clinton campaign announced Saturday that it would support the recount effort to ensure that it's, quote, fair to all sides. The Obama administration has defended the projected election results as they are, calling them the will of the American people. President-elect Trump has called the recount effort a scam, saying it's nothing but a fundraising ploy by the Green Party. In technological news, this isn't the first time someone's tried to reinvent the wheel. It's not even the first time someone's invented a wheel that absorbs shock without having to transfer it to a suspension system. But what's been named soft wheel could be fitted to several different types of vehicles, though it's significantly more expensive than the wheel as we know it.
For all of the differences between cars, one thing has barely changed. Now a revolution is taking shape from an Israeli startup that's reinventing the wheel. I'm riding on a bike from Softwheel. With me is CEO Daniel Barel, and we're taking the new wheels out for a spin to get a feel for them and find out what's new.
What you basically see here is a suspension system, a very, very advanced, complicated suspension system which sits inside of a wheel.
The wheel works. It fundamentally works. I've been on many different wheels. Why did the wheel need to be redesigned?
The idea of putting suspension inside of a wheel is not new. People have been trying to do it for over 200 years now.
Where did you succeed where they failed?
The biggest problem is how you centralize the hub. The vehicle, like a bike, like a car, like anything else, is connected to the wheel through the hub, right? You have a hub, spokes, and then a rim. But once you try to put suspension inside, the hub is never centered. It always sags. And once it's sagging, it's like riding an egg shape.
Softwheel tested their wheels against traditional bike wheels with spokes. This test measures how fast a wheel absorbs and dissipates a shock. Softwheel first put their wheels on wheelchairs, and that's where most of their business is today. To see what their wheels could do for bicycles, we had a competitive cyclist use them mountain biking. The wheels adapted to the rough terrain. The company says it's a smoother ride on a more durable wheel. Softwheel's next step is to put their technology in cars.
It's light years ahead of what you see in today's cars. Instead of the impact, the energy, have to travel through the wheel, all the way on through the chassis, and then absorbing the suspension in some way, here it is being absorbed within the wheel itself.
CNN is the first to see the design of this new technology. By putting the suspension in the wheel, Softwheel says they can make cars more efficient.
Because the energy is contained within the wheel, there's no reason for such a robust, complex chassis. We can simplify the chassis, we can make it less robust, and hence make it easier to produce. We can make it cost-effective, lighter, and actually better.
The wheel hasn't been reinvented in 6,000 years. Perhaps now it's about time. Oren Lieberman, CNN, Tel Aviv.
All right, we've seen a lot of basketball trick shots. This one is actually a brand new world record. A group of internet stars from Australia traveled to a dam in Switzerland to take the shot from more than 590 feet up. Takes a while for the ball to get down there, a long while. But once it does, nothing but net. The really crazy part is that they say it took only 3 tries to sink the shot. Did I say this wasn't Switzerland? I meant Swisherland. And only the ball had a sinking feeling about that shot. Any way you look at it, it was going to be an air ball, and it seems the idea of shooting from a dam really held water. Okay, that's enough foul puns for the day. We'll rebound tomorrow. I'm Carl Azus for CNN Student News.